Hello, guys. Welcome to Sporting and Out, and I still remain your host, Radio Savage, and I'm with Savage of Lagos. And we're going to talk about the NPFL. If you have not subscribed, if you have not liked, if you have not shared our post, please go and do that. So, what do you think about the NPFL this season? Yes, halfway, 19 games played, 19 matches for each team. And we've seen every team have played equal games. There's nobody that is owing any match this time. Very nice improvement in the NPFL, getting the teams to play equal matches as that 19 games. It's not easy to be done like that. We know that Rivers United are going for the Continental tournament, that's the CAF Confederations Cup, CAF Champions League rather, that they are playing. So by next year, they will actually start their outstandings again. But for us to see the halfway mark, and everyone has played it at the same time, everyone got to the table as 19 points, 19 teams being played against that. I think that's actually an improvement in the NPFL. Very nice season, very important season. Let's just see what will go on in the next second half because they say the second half of the season is the beginning of the NPFL. Yeah, you talked about improvement. Yes, massive improvement for the MPFL. Before we'll see that teams like Rivers United might be owing a lot of games at this time because they are playing the continental stage. So we have seen Rivers United lose two of their games, but let's just see what's going to happen in the progress of the CAF Champions League, which they are playing. For now, I would say yes, the MPFL has been up and down. We've been seeing a lot of teams sharing the number one position. That's Ikorodu City, Rivers United, and Nasarawa United, who got defeated by one of the relegated or relegating teams, that's Kano Pillars. For now, we'll be giving you the results for match week 19. Bender Insurance took on Kwara United. They defeated Kwara United 2 goals to 0 on Saturday, December 27th, 2025. Then on Sunday, December 28th, 2025, Niger Tornadoes defeated Barau, the newly promoted Barau, 2 goals to 0. Ikorodu City defeated Remo Stars at the Onikon Stadium 1 goal to 0. Eimba of Abad defeated Shooting Stars, the Oluyole Boys, 3 goals to 0. Uh, Bayelsa United were defeated at home by El Kanemi Warriors. Warrior Wolves held Wiki Tourist. That's two newly promoted sides. 2-2 draw. Rivers United defeated Enugu Rangers, one-time winners of this league, that recent winners of this MPFL, 1 goal to 0. Kun Kalifat were defeated at home by Castina United, 1 goal to 0. Plateau United were also defeated at home 1 goal to 0 to Abia Warriors. Then one of the big games of the day, that Kano Pillars defeated one time table toppers Nasarawa United. What do you think about the game Ikorodu City versus Remo Stars? Yes, Ikorodu City versus Remo Stars. That was one important game, and we see that even the Ikorodu City side, they are facing the same opponents back to back. That one is actually something that I want to look out for. We are starting to see the big boys come out in the league. So the NPFL is not a small a young man's game like they always say. Remo Stars came they took up a defeat in that particular game. 1 goal to 0. We're there at the Mobile Justin Arena to watch the game, and we're even about to leave early. We're already saying that okay, we're going to be going early, but and the goal came in the first half, and we just had to watch the exciting football from the Southern Southwest Derby that were seeing. We saw a lot of fans, a lot of people came out in mass to watch that particular game. I can say maybe because of the Ikene boys are actually very very close. That was actually a packed stadium. That was one that I was actually looking for throughout the season, and I'm very happy that Ikorodu City actually picked up. What do you think about? There was one particular Remo Stars player that was playing for the Ikorodu City side last season when they got the fourth position in the MPFL, and Remo Stars won that particular MPFL. That's last season. What do you think about his performance? Because we saw him all over the pitch. he didn't even look at the fact that he was playing against his former side. Yes, I saw him. He played it very, very fantastically well. Made some errors that could lead to goals, but it didn't lead to goal eventually. But I think he's a very standout player and a very important player for the Remo side. What do you think about the goal of for Ikorodu City? Because we saw it was from a set piece. The free kick was played, then the rebound was shot by one of the Ikorodu City players, and that was a superb strike. I think if you are looking at the goal of the tournament, that should stand out in one of the one particular goal of the tournament. Yes, it was a very good goal. I was actually saying shame because the free kick was very, very poor, but I think it was something like what Bruno Fernandes did for his teammate Mason Mount in that particular game in the Premier League, where Mason Mount was said that they had practiced it but it didn't work before, and this one was actually a rebound and he just gave it a shot. That's what I always say. Just try to take off your shot from anywhere. You can get back. You notice that this goal came from a defender. This guy is Alfred. He's actually a defender of Ikorodu City. He might not even score any goal in his career anymore because of his position and him scoring that type of goal. I saw his jubilation. It was like, wow, very happy. And there was his former team, that's FC Robo, actually posted on their social media and said that that's one of their great talents, scoring his first goal in the NPFL professional football. And being a defender doing that, they were really happy for the youngster actually getting that. What do you think about um, academies actually raising products? Because we know this same FC Robo is where the likes of Asisa Toshuala and Ajibade, Ijamilusi came from. What do you think about youngsters coming from this Mushin side? Yes, Mushin side, FC Robo, and other academies in Nigeria just shows that Nigeria is actually one country that can produce talent, but some will not make it to the professional league in Europe because most of them are playing for the professional league in Europe. But I think these particular players, they've understood the assignment that you can actually play in Nigeria and be successful. You can build a career in football in Nigeria as a Nigerian, and we see millionaires and a lot of millionaires from the NPFL that it didn't even play abroad at all. So I actually think that these players, although most of them are still playing the football of, I can be recognized very soon. Very I'm going to play for Europe next time. But I think these ones coming from FC Robo, a Nigerian academy team, and coming to the Ikorodu City side and scoring his first goal from a defender, I think that's fantastic. Yeah, it's a very fantastic one from Alfred. He shot that ball to the net. The keeper didn't even know what to do, and he just showed his experience and that smartness with the ball. Yeah, but before we quickly move on to the table, I would like to quickly touch on because we have to talk about this particular game, the Kano Pillars versus Nassau United. Remembering that Kano Pillars actually still defeated another table topper. Then that was Ikorodu City that they used to start this their new era of wins in the Kano Pillars before, because first 6 games they were not winning anything. Yes. And now presently they've won like 5 or 6
They
games.
were even down 3 points.
Yeah, they won. They are even almost out of relegation. They are 2 points away from relegation presently. What do you think? They are still bottom, yes, but they are moving. Yes, they are moving. I know Kano Pillars to be a side that we know Ahmed Musa being the general manager. Once he got to the stage, we saw what happened when they were deducted points. We saw Ahmed Musa was the one that came out to apologize on behalf of the team, and he said any decision the MPFL makes, they will take the decision. And we have seen that after that decision was made, Kano Pillars have actually picked up a lot of draws and wins. Immediately after they defeated Ikorodu City, they started picking up a lot of points. I said it in the MPFL, the second half of the season is one delicate time. We saw the last season where Sporting Lagos were in the league. Sporting Lagos actually tried. their best during the first half of the season. But when it got to the second half of the season, when it got to game 20 to the last, I think Sporting Lagos they couldn't hold on to
They
those
sacked Coach
points.
Ofo, and now Coach Ofo is doing a very good job in the NNL team that he is. I think is it Abia Warriors or so. Abia Oka United, something like that.
Aqua United,
I think he's actually doing very well there, and they played against Sporting Lagos in their last game, and I think he's actually doing it. I don't know the reason why they sacked him. Or they said that it wasn't really a sack that he actually resigned from this particular team, but for me, I actually have them to blame.
Yes, you mentioned about Coach Ofo. Yes, he won the Super Eight, Super Six, Super Eight competition for Sporting Lagos, and he got to the NPFL. They couldn't hold on. Sporting Lagos were drawing a lot of games. They were not even losing a lot of games. Probably they were actually dropping some points. I think they were on 10th position before he left the position of the coach of Sporting Lagos.
Yeah.
But now he's doing well at Oka United.
Yeah, you mentioned doing well. Let's now talk about some players that are doing very well in their teams. We see Remo Stars player Victor Umboma, 8 goals. He couldn't get a goal against Ikorodu City. Anas Yusuf, 6 goals. Rabiu Ali, the 45-year-old man, 6 goals. And Owon Corey Ebuka with 6 goals. What do you think about these players?
Special players. The Remo Star is one of the highlights in this list because because we saw him play at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena, but he couldn't get a goal in that game. And we saw Ikorodu City actually lose an open net goal in that game. And I didn't see Remo Stars playing up to what the derby would have been because I was expecting Remo Stars to actually put in a lot of fire, but it didn't really happen for them.
Do you think
1 goal to 0?
Do you think that fire is going to come out in the return leg? Because the return leg is just back to back. They are playing the return leg next week on the 7th of January 2026.
Yeah, for me, I won't say anything yet until the game is played because for now I would say Ikorodu City has the Arsenal to win that game, but they've not really been cool on the road. Let's just see what's going to happen because they want to win their first New Year's game. So everybody wants to start the year with a win. They ended the year with a win. That's against the same Remo Stars, and let's just see what will happen in the next game.
Let's see what will happen in the next game. Let's quickly move on to the table. Rivers United are number 1 with 37 points. Number 2, we have Abia Warriors with 33 points. We have Ikorodu City, number 3, with 2 points. Nassau United dropped a lot of numbers. They are now number 4 with 32 points. Niger Tornadoes are number 5 with 29 points. Rangers International on 29 points as well. Shooting Stars, Oluyole Boys to 29 points. Eyimba and on that same level, they are on number 8 with 26 points. Number 9, we have Bendel Insurance with 26 points. Katsina United are number 10 with 26 points. El Kanemi Warriors FC number 11 with 25 points. Kwara United are number 12 with 24 points. Number 13, we have Warri Wolves and the newcomers in this particular league, 24 points. We have Wicked Tourist with 23 points. Bayelsa United, they have 23 points. They are number 15. And number 16, we have Remo Stars, just above the relegation zone. They are on 22 points. Just a point is between them and Barawo FC that are number 17, starting the relegation zone with 21 points. Kano Pillars have moved up a lot of numbers. They are number 18 now with 19 points. We have Plateau United on number 19 with 19 points. And bottom of the table, last patapata, it is Kun Khalifat FC with 18 points. What do you think about this relegation zone? Do you think Kano Pillars can actually rise up? And what do you think about this new side? That's Barrow and Kun Khalifat being shown that this is the NPFL.
Yes, the new sides will definitely be shown that this is the NPFL. One team I'm just looking at is Warri Wolves. Warri Wolves might not be swallowed by the big boys because they've been in the NPFL before. They went on relegation, and I think Warri Wolves will stay
Yeah.
this season. But Kun Khalifat and Barawa, I don't know about that.
There are two
Probably
new
there are
sides
two
that
new sides that might go back to the relegation zone. But for Kano Pillars, I know Kano Pillars will leave the relegation zone. Remo Stars as well will leave that relegation zone. So it's now left for or some other teams to get to that position. Let's just see what's going to happen in this season. If Remo Stars can defeat Ikorodu City, they will be at least 3 points ahead of that
yeah.
relegation zone. Let's just see what's going to happen. But Ikorodu City also, for me, I said they have the ability, the Arsenal and everything to win that game.
Yeah, all right. Ikorodu City are currently in the continental positions now with 32 points, although Nassau United are just behind them on goal with goal difference. So what do you think about? Do you think Ikorodu City can make it to number one, or they should just maintain this top?
I think, like their coach said earlier this season, said the green line is the continental positions, while the red line is below the continental positions. I think that's what Ikorodu City are pressing for this season. Rivers United, you can't really say Rivers United might not be able to take that league because when I predicted my season, this season, I said probably Rivers United might be picking up this season and Remo Stars second. But now Remo Stars are not in the picture. So probably for me, I would be resetting my top three. That will be Rivers United will be taking the league. Ikorodu City will be taking second. Then Abia Warriors will be taking the third position. Let's just see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think the 19 matches that have been played, I think we can actually sense a similarity. I don't think that next 19 games will be so difficult for these three sides that you just mentioned. That's Rivers United, Abia Warriors, and Ikorodu City, and even probably Nassau United. Nassau United have been losing to some teams nowadays, but I think they are a side that can actually be in that particular mix to fight for the continental position.
Yes, you said made mention of Nassau United. Yes, they have the chance to get that because we look at Ikorodu City were defeated by this same Kano Pillars that they defeated 3 goals to 0, and Ikorodu City also it was almost the same scoreline. And so you just look at Kano Pillars; they know how to defeat big teams, big boys,
Yeah.
people that are top of the table. But let's just see what's going to happen during the next half of the season.
Yes, I think that's enough for the table. I think we need to move on to another topic. Let's now quickly move on to the fixtures.
Yeah, so I'll be giving the fixtures for match week 20, and that's the New Year's fixtures because all the games of 2025 have been played, and now we're going to 2026. So the next fixtures are, like you said, so it's going to be starting on the 7th of January 2026, and we say Happy New Year to everyone. And so it's going to Abia Warriors will be taking on Plateau United, Brau FC will be taking on Niger Tornadoes. El Kanemi Warriors will be taking on Bayelsa United. Castina United will be taking on Kun Khalifat FC. Kwara United will be taking on Bendel Insurance. Nasarawa United will be taking on Kano Pillars. Enugu Rangers International will be taking on Rivers United. That's a big game. Remo Stars will be taking on Ikorodu City. That's the return leg. Shooting Stars, the Oluyole Boys will be taking on Eimba of Aba, and Wiki Tourists will be taking on Warri Wolves. What do you think about these fixtures? Let me just select a few, and we'll be starting with Castina United, Kun Khalifat.
Katsina United, Kun Kalifat, that's East versus North. So for me, Katsina United have been a brilliant side this season. Kun Kalifat, they are part of the bottom teams on the table of the NPFL. I actually give Katsina United a win because they are at home.
Yeah, for me, I would say yes, Castina United might actually edge that game, but I saw the confidence in which the coach of Kun Khalifat talked in the at the Onikon Stadium where they were defeated by Ikorodu City. He said he talked with confidence. He said something like they would defeat their next opponents and all. I will see where they are on the table. But let's just see what will happen in that game. I feel Castina United has that ability to defeat them. So, what do you think about Nassau United Kano Pillars? That's the return leg.
Yes, the return leg, Nasarawa United Kano Pillars. I think everybody is playing a return leg this particular game. Who you played last week at the end of the season, at the end of the half of the season, who you are going to play next game. For me, Nasarawa United Kano Pillars. Going by what happened last time, I think Nasarawa United are going for,
A win.
should I say, a revenge, because they must actually win this particular game. And Kano Pillars are actually looking forward to leave the relegation zone. This game to me, National United doesn't need the game. Kano Pillars needs the game more because if Kano Pillars can get 3 points, they move out of the relegation zone, and we actually see them on a very very good note. For me to start the year, National United can actually just drop a little bit, but we know that they are not chasing the league again.
Yeah, for me, I feel Kano Pillars are the ones that actually need this game the most. And I think Kano Pillars will be edging this game, even if it's going to be played away. Because I think Kano Pillars, they have the art ability. Um, this their main man who is actually in the top scorers, one of the oldest NPFL players,
Rabiu Ali.
Rabiu Ali is actually a good goal scorer. Let's just see what's going to happen. Also, the motivation from their managing director, that's Ahmed Musa, is also
And
a plus for them.
it's a northern derby. Both teams are not traveling too far to get to play that game.
So, what do you think about Remo Stars, Ikorodu City?
You talked about it earlier that we're not going to really dwell on it, but for me, I think Ikorodu City can actually defeat Remo Stars at home. They've not done it before. We saw what happened last season, where I think they picked up a point in Lagos and got defeated emphatically in one of the last games of the last season. For me, this season, I actually say I give it to Ikorodu City. They can try to pick up a point at least or win the game.
Yeah, for me, I've been seeing Remo Stars. I think their standard of play reduced from the preseason games, where they started getting defeats. They got defeated by Rivers United in the third place game of the Eko International Cup. From there, I was like, what's going on with Remo Stars? What do we have for this season? Let's just see what's going to happen in that matchup. But as I said earlier, Ikorodu City, they have the ability to do the work. The next game we're going to be talking about, and that's the final game we'll be talking about, is Enugu Rangers, Rivers United. We know Rivers United wants to stay on the top of the table,
Yeah.
and Enugu Rangers also, they want to pick up more points so that they won't get to the relegation zone.
Yeah.
What do you think about this game?
Rivers United already won the first leg of this particular game. We see that they are coming to play the return leg. And for me, Rivers United are playing away. They've not really been good away to me. They've not been good away. Let's see what Rangers International. They are missing their coach as well, just like how the Remo Stars are missing Coach Ogumodede, and they are being coached by their second coach. I don't really buy the idea of this particular AFCON being played in the winter, where the coaches and some players are going to be missing from the league, and the league still goes on. I think the league should actually start taking a break because it's Africa. It affects Africa. You should stop your league because of the AFCON now, definitely, because all teams in Africa should actually stop their leagues because of the AFCON. Because even in the Europe, whenever the Euros are being played, they stop their leagues for it.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that should be done for the African side too.
Yeah, like you said, we'll be ending that. But before we end, we just want to say we wish Anthony Joshua a quick recovery. He got involved in a car crash yesterday, and we say we send our condolence to the two. That's his personal trainer and also his friend who lost their lives in that ghastly accident. We want to say we send our condolence to the family, and we say we wish Anthony Joshua quick recovery, legend, giant of Africa. Thank you guys for watching today's episode. You can also bet on 1xBet using our promo code Sporting and Out, SPORTINANDOET, Sporting and Out. You can get up to 300% bonus using that promo code. Just go click on register using our promo code Sporting and Out, and you get that bonus. Thank you guys for watching today's episode. Please like, share, and subscribe.